So it's cool these days. We grew up in a cool era. You know, we got the iPods and everything. We can listen to music whenever we want to. On a train, yeah, you got the iPod and yeah, I know, you like that song, you know. But the thing about music is, I would, you know, have a conversation with someone with one earpiece and be like, wow, I wish they could be hearing this song right now because it fits so good in the conversation. Like, for instance, whenever I'm with my parents and, you know, I get a progress report, which is very rare, I usually like to play this song because, you know, it usually sets the mood. And, Brian, you want to come in here for a second? Your mother and I just got something in the mail. It says to the parents of Brian X, you want to open it for me? Dad, you're holding it. Why don't you open it? All right, I'll open it. You want to tell me what happened here? Dad, look, all right, I guess, you know, maybe I messed up a little bit. Yeah, I don't know. I didn't know I wasn't allowed to punch a teacher, right? She approached me first and said that I hadn't completed my syllabus, and Dad, I participate in class, all right? Come on. Dad, no, you put the bell, would you? Look, I won't get one. But that's one song I like to do. Here's another one. This one I like to use whenever my parents, when I want to go ask them if I can stay out a little later, you know, like you say, you got the curfew at 11:30, but that's just how I roll. But, you know, if you want to stay out a little later, I usually play this song. Dad, Mom, can I come in? You done playing checkers? Hey, I know it's 11 o'clock, but me and the guys are going to go play stickball down at Namhtor. Yeah, they have lights. Can I stay a little later? I'm going to be home like 3 o'clock in the morning. It's a long game. We usually play 9 innings. And the lighter isn't in the drawer. I need the lighter to singe the bottom of the back because the electrical tape's coming off. Can I stay a little later tonight? And I'd like to bring out my good friend John Cooney, because this is the one I like to play every time my girlfriend calls and asks me. Every time my girlfriend calls and asks me to hang out, I usually would love to play this song. Can you turn the mic on? Are you good? All right. Brad? It's Stace, what's up? Stace, what's going on? I was wondering if you could come over now. You want to hang out or something? Look, I'd love to come over, but I can't right now, because I got to condition my hair. And, you know, look at those adorable eyes you got, that flowing blonde hair, fine chiseled features. I'd love to come over, but, you know, I really... Thank you, John. Give a round of applause for John. All right, guys, we're almost done with this. Now, the other thing I'd like to say just before I leave is growing up in this era as a teenager is the hardest thing, I think, in the world. And if you guys don't agree with me, you're stupid, but... I say this for one reason only. Everyone hates on us, and everyone tries to prevent us from doing what our parents did. Our parents are trying to stop us from making the mistakes they did. You know, come in, I want you in at 12. What are you going to be doing at that house? Are the parents home? No, you didn't have a cell phone when you grew up, so you never needed to check in every 15 minutes. You never had to hit the line. No, I didn't have any service. I had 0 bars. My mom still doesn't grasp the concept of 0 bars, but you know, whether it's hiring a public speaker or, you know, like a 2020 or Dateline, they're always hating on teenage kids. You know, Milton Creel, flashback to 7th grade. Anyone that's an Eisenhower here will be able to relate with this. And how fitting, Matt Doherty sitting right here in the front, because I was sitting right next to this kid in 7th grade, and Milton Creel comes walking in, 6'7" black dude wearing a Bill Cosby sweater, and I'm supposed to listen to him about drinking and smoking. Yo, you kids are messed up, you know? You be rolling down the street, sipping on gin and juice, smoking fat L's, like, are you kidding me? No, Milton, we're in 7th grade, really. Like, I don't even have hair under my armpits, like, I don't even know what you're talking about. But the best part of the whole thing was he made the entire place start crying, and I don't know why, because I fell asleep in the front. But when I woke up, there was just a bunch of kids standing, bawling their eyes out. And I was like, wow, this guy's crazy. Like, what did Bill Cosby just do to this crowd? He must have told some funny jokes, but there was a kid in the top right corner, picture this, in the old school Eisenhower Gym. There was a kid in the top right corner who was, I guess, forgot to do his homework the night before and decided he was going to do it in Milton's speech. This kid was David Salinger. You hear, Dave? And I remember when Milton was walking around, he's like, yeah, you kids just crazy. You guys think you just like, oh, yeah, you know, jacking cars. No, we don't jack. We're in Whitecop, right? We don't jack cars. We jack bikes. You're jacking bikes and doing your thing. And then he was walking around, and he saw Dave up in the top corner of his eye, and he went like, I know you ain't doing homework up there. Stand up, son. You better recognize right now. Son, you a punk. You're the type of kid that's gonna be rolling down the street sipping on gin and juice while you're doing your Algebra 1 homework. And Dave began to cry, but it was fine. All right, and the other thing, when it's not a public speaker, it's usually a guy from 2020 or Dateline, one of those great shows, you know, they always have some new thing, you know, IM leading to habitual coke usage, or kids that listen to their iPods too frequently will promote a gang war, or something like that. And my mom always sits there and tries to, come here, look at this, look on TV. You see this? It's gonna be you. Yeah, you see this? Kids that eat too many pickles are usually promoting gang wars. Do you see this? Come here. Sit down right next to me. And it's never true. You know, I listen to my iPod all the time, and I dropped out of my chain gang like a couple weeks ago, so. But my mom loves watching 2020, and I know she's here, and she's gonna hate me for saying this, but I had to conclude this story. I was, I think it was like freshman year, and I was still sharing a room with my brother, Kevin, in here, bunk beds for life, baby. And my mom was going through a drawer looking for a pencil or something, and she happened to come across a little white bag filled with some powder. And she, I think she was a little mad. She decided to turn into one of those guys from CSI, and she decided to taste it. And I don't know the expression on my face, I can't really do it right now, but when I opened the door and saw my mom with a little bag of white powder tasting it, I got a little scared, and she turned around like this with Satan eyes. What is this, mister? Can you tell me what this is? Yeah, I can tell you exactly what that is, Ma. That's itching powder. And you better, yeah, your throat's gonna start swelling up and itching right now, so you probably want to get rid of that. I want to thank you guys. You guys have been awesome. Hey guys, the show's just began. So none of you guys are going to leave because the Board of Education meeting has been canceled, so hang around. There's plenty more show. Give it up! Give it up! Get your seats!
Giant standing a 5'8" stature, back with a second album supplying your fear factor. Joe ain't the host, my nigga. You have access to the